Hello everyone, how are you today? We're here visiting Mousie, who lives in this big house. Hi Mousie. Hi Françoise. What are you up to today? You're taking us on a trip to the far north, near the North Pole, the Arctic? Oh, that sounds so exciting. We've never been there. What's the first thing you want to show us, Mousie? It's a traditional Inuit house made from blocks of snow. It looks cold, Mousie, but it isn't because there's a fire inside for cooking and to keep warm. And we see an Inuit family here. They're all wearing warm parkas with hoods on their heads. Like this little girl here who's playing with her puppy. That's a husky puppy, and he's going to grow up to be a sled dog and pull a big sleigh like these dogs over here. They look happy, Mousie. They're smiling dogs because they like to run with their buddies 2 by 2. What kind of dogs are these, Mousie? I've heard that there are 2 kinds of sled dogs, huskies and malamutes. How can we tell? These are huskies because their tails are like foxtails following behind them, whereas malamutes wear their tails curled up on their back. These people are on their way to see a herd of caribou. They weren't sure if this was the right way because it's hard to tell and there are no roads and there's snow everywhere. But then they saw the Inukshuk. That's a big stone statue that the Inuit people make to guide travelers. Everybody's happy when they see an Inukshuk because it looks like a person guiding them, pointing the way. And sure enough, there are the caribou. There are many animals living in the north. Polar bears, the babies like to ride piggyback on their mothers, and the father bears like to wrestle and roar. And there are wolves and birds. There's a ptarmigan wearing winter feathers, white feathers, and you see he has big fluffy feet because he grows extra feathers around his feet to keep them warm, and so they're like snowshoes, and he doesn't sink in the snow. In the summertime, a ptarmigan has gray feathers, like this one. There's a lot of ice in the Arctic. Big walls of ice called glaciers that cover the whole mountainside. And in the wintertime, the Arctic Ocean is completely covered in ice. But in the spring, when it warms up, the ice breaks up and floats on the water. And sometimes seals come out of the water and enjoy the sunshine, floating on the ice floes. And there are great big chunks of ice. They're like floating mountains of ice, icebergs. They're beautiful when the sun shines on them. A lot of whales in the Arctic Ocean too. Let's meet some of the other people who live in the Arctic. These people are the Sami. Their traditional clothing is very colorful and beautiful, and they wear very tall red hats. See? These mothers are carrying their babies in special backpacks. They're called cradle boards. They're sort of like a combination baby bed and backpack. The Sami follow the caribou. Did you know that the reindeer and the caribou are the same animals? Yes, that's right. It's just a different name for the same animals. So that means that Santa's reindeer are the same as these wild herds of caribou. There are other animals that live in the far north. Weasels and owls and rabbits. Foxes. Muskox. They're big and shaggy. And you know who else lives in the Arctic, Mousie? Mice. Lots of your relatives live in the Arctic. Well, Mousie, we've really enjoyed our trip to the far north with you and Françoise. Thank you very much for showing us and telling us all these interesting things. Maybe someday we'll be able to go there. It looks very beautiful and peaceful in the land of ice and snow. Well, this has been wonderful, but it's time to go now. So we'll say goodbye for today, and we'll come back and visit another day.